on the Great Lakes at times if we have the right conditions, the right atmospheric conditions. We do not have the right atmospheric conditions right now, however. What we do have is a fairly calm and stable air mass. Thursday's temperatures, 19 at Pearson. I know, it felt a little cool, didn't it? 29.9, if you please, up in Atikokan, the provincial hotspot. It's right near Quetico Provincial Park. It's the gateway, actually. And I can tell you, if you love wilderness camping, I'm a big Algonquin lover, had to go to Quetico. By the way, the portage trails are not marked, and the campsites are not marked. So it's true wilderness camping. You better know how to orienteer. It is neat stuff. Current temperatures, southern Ontario, 25 in Oshawa. Yeah, I'm beaming ear to ear talking about canoe tripping. I know a lot of you get pretty excited when we talk about the canoes and the cottage and the camping and just the weekend plans. Well, overnight, if you're having a little bit of a barbecue or a hangout in the backyard tonight, 10 to 12 degrees. A little cool is how it's going to feel. This isn't bad. 20s and 21s. 18 up in Collingwood. 23 there on Sunday. Everybody jumps up in temperatures. Why? High pressure, winds switch around to the southwest. There's rain in the north, and that rain is eventually going to reach us, for Tuesday, maybe Monday night. Coming up, we're going to take a look at some other fun stuff like... Okay, let's go back to the other shot, shall we? Gotta get my canoe out. You're out this weekend. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Canoeing, kayaking, eating a lot of ribs at Pickering Rib Fest. What's going on as we put the country into some context? Look at that. That looks like a massive question mark, doesn't it? Well, I can tell you what's going on with the weather. This is convection bubbling up. By the way, we may see a tropical storm coming out of this mess later next week. June 1st, beginning of the Atlantic hurricane season. That's Sunday. Center of low pressures in the northern prairies. The low is getting all stretched out. There's a blocking ridge, so all the energy is going north, and it's going around and wrapping up into the center of the low. Notice it's well to the north of Toronto. Thunder Bay, it's on the doorstep, but Toronto, 20 degrees, dry this evening, dry tonight, soaking wet up north. 10 degrees, a 10% chance of precipitation, rather, and the winds are coming out of the easterly degree or orientation. So a little cooler by the water tomorrow, but look at these temperatures in the 20s. Happy, safe boating if you're heading out. Sunday is dry, Monday is dry until late day and noticeably more humid. Humidity helps to fuel storms. Well, closer to home, some wonderful parks, of course. Wenda Provincial Park up on Georgian Bay, the Pinery down on Lake Huron. There's Algonquin off in the middle, one of my faves. Turkey Point, Rondo. Okay, let's move on. Let's take a look at seasonal conditions and dry conditions. If you're heading out to camp tonight, wow, it's looking pretty good. And Saturday is dry as well. Pickering has Rib Fest. Halliburton has the Home and Cottage Show. And Kevin Frigette has more.
In Barrie.
Thanks, Kevin. And if you're going to be in Muskoka, well, Port Carling has the Muskoka Lifestyle Show going on. 21, 23, up to 27 on Monday. Temperatures are going up. Toronto, Owen Sound, Hamilton. 26 for Toronto. Humidex values are going to be approaching 30 on Sunday and then in the 30s on Monday. That's for Southern Ontario in general. By Monday night, the commute, there's the chance of showers. Now, bear in mind, that's still 3-4 days away, so a 40% chance. Check back with us through the weekend. You'll find out more. Certainly Tuesday is looking wet, and it's this low that is still taking shape in Western Canada and the Western U.S., moving into Northern Ontario. Pelting rain. There's a rainfall warning near Thunder Bay, and that's going to move very slowly and head down to us on Tuesday. Coming up. In a moment, we will wrap up the end of May with an in-depth look at your long-range and weekend forecast. But right now, we'll take a quick look back at what was a chilling chapter at the end of the month. 1985. And that anniversary, again, is tomorrow. Sunshine, however, tomorrow for Barrie around Kempenfelt Bay, Aurelia. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful weekend. The in-water boat show. I've never been to an in-water boat show. That's on in Midland. 19 with a 15K breeze. And overnight tonight, I gotta say that's a little cool for sitting outdoors for hours and hours. However, should be pretty nice. Collingwood, clear skies, good stargazing, of course, once you get away from the big lights of the big cities. Clear and sunny, high UV indexes. The temperatures are pretty comfy. I'll show you the numbers in just a second. The winds are going to come out of the southwest on Sunday. They'll still be fairly light. Sunshine, low pressure to our north, and the positioning of that low is very slow moving. There's heavy rain. There's a rainfall warning in place for parts of the north shore of Superior. Actually, it's west of Superior, but I think eventually it'll get extended east because it's just going to be day after day of rainfall, sadly. If you're heading to Muskoka, Port Carling has the Muskoka Lifestyle Show this weekend, and the rain will hold off, I think, until Monday. And the GTA, the drive home on Monday, that's when we could see a few showers. Monday overnight to Tuesday, look at the temps, look at the humidex values into next week, June 1st, Sunday, and that's looking pretty good, feeling like 23. Pickering. I want to take you out there for just a second because the Pickering Rib Fest is underway, and it looks good, it smells good, and we just know it tastes even better. So that's something you can do this weekend. Muskoka, I mentioned a moment ago with the, oh no, I didn't tell you about that yet, did I? Lifestyle Show is on in Port Carling, and that is your forecast with the unsettled weather not coming until Monday. The Long Ranger takes you into Monday. On this Long Ranger, we'll jump into June with Dr. Doug Gillen, but we will look back at a May to remember with things like snow in northern Ontario, southern Ontario, Toronto waiting till the end of the month almost to get to 30 degrees.
It sure did. A very changeable month. And it looks like June will be changeable as well. But first, let's take a look back at how things averaged out across the country. The wild temperature swings resulted in temperatures a few degrees below seasonal from the Rockies into Ontario, and Atlantic Canada sure stands out with the below seasonal temperatures as well.
So that's anything in blue, a deviation from normal on the downward side. And then as we go into the first week of June, and certainly many areas are going to feel it through the first weekend of June, Sunday being June 1st, of course.
Right, a very pleasant taste of summer, widespread temperatures above seasonal, especially across southern Ontario or Canada. A few spots do stand out though with below seasonal temperatures.
Well, let's put a few numbers on it because those are forecast models showing generally large pools of air, cold and warm air masses. 26, and that's going to feel even warmer with the humidity.
It sure will. We're going to have a southerly flow of warm, humid air, and that's also going to bring several rounds of showers and thunderstorms to southern Ontario. But as you look at the country as a whole, widespread temperatures at or above 20 degrees, so that'll be nice.
This is good news. And Monday, back to work. And again, that southerly flow continues to bring in humidity, but also to help fuel low pressure, Doug.
Right, and we're not looking at all-day rains with this, but several rounds of showers and thunderstorms. The ground's starting to dry out, which is good, but a chance to water the grass. Elsewhere across the country, the weather's fairly quiet.
All right, quieter, but some changes coming. I know you're watching a cold air mass to the far north.
Cold air lurking to the north. Start to see some signs of that as we get to the middle and end of next week in the western prairies, and that will be expanding across much of the country for the second week of June. Unfortunately, a pattern reversal, temperatures averaging out a few degrees below seasonal from the Rockies to the Maritimes.
So look for a cooler trend in your local forecast numbers. That's towards the middle of the month.
Yes.
June 1st is the official start of Atlantic hurricane season. Could we be seeing Arthur with this developing in the Gulf of Mexico?
Well,
Yes, you can probably smell it for miles around, kilometers away. Rib Fest is on. Are you into the ribs? Do you like the smell? Do you like summer? It's going to get you in the mood, I tell you. You're going to want a big long bike ride after it, though. It's Pickering Rib Fest. Midland has the in-water boat show. Let's see, Halliburton has a home and cottage show. Muskoka's got a Muskoka lifestyle show going on in Port Carling. And maybe you've just got some fun and R&R in your backyard. And I applaud you on that. Maybe a garage sale or two. Maybe a bit of gardening this weekend. You'll need to water anything you put in because guess what? This is my director John's idea of a joke. Expected precipitation overnight, nothing. Morning and afternoon Saturday, nothing, niente. This is good news, Barrie, Hamilton, Pickering, Toronto, because let's face it, we all would like a dry, sunny weekend to enjoy our chores. And if we're going to get rain, let's get it at night and let's get it on a weeknight, preferably early in the week. If we could schedule it, please, for Monday and Wednesday night, wouldn't that be ideal? Okay, there's Sunday temperatures. They don't quite tell all the story because, and you can see that kind of hinted at here with the temperatures, with the colors, the temperatures are going up. So we'll be in the 20s. We'll feel like the high 20s, and then we'll feel like the 30s on Monday. Humid weather with late day showers. Could be an embedded thunderstorm. Speaking of thunderstorms, and we're not looking at a severe outbreak likely for southern Ontario. On our website. Water spouts, yeah, something to look out for. Thanks, Natalie. They look like little mini tornadoes over water. They're not a threat typically to big craft, but small craft Certainly are, but we don't have the right atmospheric conditions for that right now. We do have the right atmospheric conditions for you to have a real, pleasant evening, whether you're on land or on the water. By the way, the Midland in-water boat show is going on this weekend. How about that? Cool temperatures, a little bit cool, 10 to 12. Near normal for this time of year, but you're going to feel a little cool if you're planning on sitting out late tonight. Looking up at the stars, should be fairly clear tonight. Clear skies, sunshine tomorrow, high UV indexes, high number of garage sales going on, high number of gardeners out at the nursery. I didn't even try to go to my local nursery last weekend because I called to get a question answered and I was on hold for a long time. 21 to 23 degrees. Take my tip. If you're going out Saturday or Sunday morning, if you need bedding plants, if you need shrubs, if you need good advice, if you need rolls of turf, go early. And if you are doing any planting this weekend, this rain stays well to our north. Good news for all of us. Monday night, Tuesday, that's when we're likely to see some rain. Have a great weekend coming up. Okay, let's go back to the other shot, shall we?